Ah, Valentine's Day. Love is in the air. A day that compels couples to do things they should be doing anyways, and compels single people to resent them for being able to do so. And I'm stuck here, at home, with my own true love, animation. And I've prepared a 3-course video. I don't know what to call it, really. What else did I say? LA featuring animals. Wow, yeah, that was dumb. Whatever, I'm following through on my promise. 3 TV episodes, lots of animals, let's go. Our first feature is Date with Destiny from Teen Titans. Here's a super short what you need to know. These guys, superheroes. These two, in a will they won't they relationship. And that's it. Onwards. So we start with our villain, Killer Moth, monologuing.
Soon I shall have the power I deserve.
He's boring.
Daddy's working, kitten. Can't this wait until...
This got weird already, didn't it? Well, it's gonna get a lot weirder. Strap in.
I don't have time to find another date, so you're gonna find one for me!
You don't seriously expect me to?
And I don't want just anyone. I want...
Cut to the Titans hunting a guy with a spider for a head, and really? Is this for real? Straight up spider pet guy. Whatever, they don't catch him, and Robin, being paralyzed, returns home with Starfire.
Hi! That...
Better?
Much. Thanks.
Robin checks in with the other 3 to find that giant moths are tearing apart a bridge.
We're on our way.
Don't bother.
Robin and Star get an ultimatum to stop the moths.
Her name is Kitten, and you will take her to prom.
I have to do it.
What?
It's the only way to save the bridge.
So Robin has a blackmail date, and Starfire decides to tag along. When Kitten arrives, she holds him verbally hostage, and cannot shut up about how her date is a superhero.
Oh, Robin! My date! Robin!
We have the predictable, yet flawlessly executed scenes of Kitten threatening him with affection, and Starfire's reactions. Meanwhile, the other 3 are searching for Killer Moth at Kitten's home address.
Well, that's not suspicious.
Found him.
After finding him, Robin drops the thinly veiled act of being Kitten's date.
What?
Killer Moth's being taken down as we speak. We're done here.
Daddy's not calling the shots tonight, Robbie Poo. I am!
Suddenly, Spider-Face shows up again.
Fang?
That's your boyfriend?
Yes, Robin, that's her boyfriend. This girl has a moth for a dad and a spider for a lover. Get out while you can. So we get a boring fight sequence with Killer Moth. Nothing really to talk about there. There's a much better fight sequence with Spider-Face, and it actually has some really solid choreography. Then there's a cat fight sequence between Kitten and Star.
You ruined my dress!
It ultimately ends with Kitten attempting to release the moths in the basement. Star and Robin crush the remote, the moths turn into caterpillars, and the episode closes. So this was a middle-of-the-line Teen Titans episode, and that means it's some incredible television. We ditch a normal villain for an incredibly entertaining one in the first few seconds, and we're given a standard jealousy plot that's actually funny for once. If that's not enough, you have a personal idol of mine, Tara Strong, as 2 of the main characters. Yeah, the over-the-top emotional one with the shrill voice is the same as the deadpan brooding one that usually speaks under her own breath. Bet you didn't see that coming. Alright, 1 down, 2 to go. On to the next one. Hearts and Hooves Day from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Yes, I watch it, deal with it. Here's a short what you need to know. This one teaches these 3. These 2 are related. Language changes a little bit. Also, magic is a thing. That's all. Onwards. So we start off with the 3 girls talking to their teacher on Hearts and Hooves Day.
Thank you so much, girls. I love it. I really do.
Yes, that's a lazy substitute title for Valentine's Day to fit their world. Sweetie Belle starts making references to things she's far too young to get involved in.
I'm sure it's nothing compared to the gifts you've gotten from your very special Sun Pony. How could Sun Pony as amazing as you not have a very special Sun Pony on Hearts and Hooves Day?
And Miss Cheerilee's face right here. Look at this face right here! My Little Pony has always been so good at facial expressions, which is impressive considering everybody's a horse.
We're gonna find Miss Cheerilee a very special Sun Pony.
The girls are gonna go set up their teacher with someone, and it's gonna be one of those episodes, isn't it? Awkward lack of conversation because they pick a random guy off the street, and they have no chemistry whatsoever, all of that jazz. Anyways, there's a song.
I really feel that at this rate we'll never find the perfect date.
It's far from the best the show has to offer.
Sweetie Belle is right. Big Macintosh is the perfect match for Miss Cheerilee.
No, she's not. But I really can't complain that you haven't learned the episode's own moral yet. They get Miss Cheerilee and Big Mac to the same spot with a not at all obviously staged picnic.
I guess we'll just be going, man.
It goes about as well as any two random people brought together.
Well, this has been strange.
Yep.
So the girls retire, learning not to meddle in the affairs of others, except of course they don't. They run into Twilight, who tells them about how the holiday got started.
Did you know that this holiday got its start because of a love potion?
And obviously, they double down on their terrible idea. Cue round 2 of this forced encounter. They feed them both the potion and it goes down the very predictable path. Neither of them can function normally now. So, how do the girls stop this? They need to keep them apart for an hour to cure it.
Only an hour? We can pull that off in a second.
The girls decide the best way to do this is to have them prepare to get married. So they keep the two apart by doing wedding stuff. Of course, the whole thing ends up with them succeeding after a really close call.
Can you explain why I look like I'm getting married at the bottom of a pit?
Everything's okay. The girls learn their lesson.
We should have never meddled in your relationship.
Well, I really don't like this episode. The dialogue that comes after the potion is irritating, and the love potion idea itself and the hijinks surrounding it are stale at best. You can easily tell where it's going just a minute from the opening credits. That being said, there's nothing fundamentally wrong with the episode, but there's not enough redeeming value in it for me. Alright, just one left. On to our third Animal Valentine's hybrid episode thing. Whatever, okay, let's go. This time it's Operation Valentine from the Wild Thornberrys. What you need to know. This family makes a nature show. This one can talk to animals. That's a chimp, and that's an unstoppable ball of energy. Onwards. So, the story takes place in Central Australia, and it's a good 4 minutes before anything terribly interesting happens. But there's actually a lot of setup here. We learn there's an eagle in the area, where Eliza and Darwin are going,
We can climb up there and look at the Great Dingo Fence.
that their RV is broken,
What time is the mechanic due here tomorrow?
Mom's got a secret,
It's here! This just made my day!
and Debbie is going to see a guy with some super burnt cookies.
A Valentine from Sven! Listen, a mess. He can't wait to see me later.
These are all relatively important. So, Eliza, Darwin, and Donnie are heading out to go see the dingo fence when Eliza starts getting abdominal pains.
Are you okay?
Fine, it's just a stomach ache.
Yep, good call, Eliza, just ignore that. Everything else in Australia already wants to kill you. Your own body can't be that much more of an added threat. Back at the RV, we have a mother-daughter talk of love.
I remember my first serious boyfriend. Oh.
And we have a tongue-tied Nigel.
Hey, Dad, how old were you when you first fell in love?
I'm tracking wallabies. I'll see you both later.
Back to Eliza, they run into some emus with some really specific concerns.
You're not going to try to make shampoo out of us, are you?
That eagle mentioned earlier attacks them briefly, but they get directions to the dingo fence and continue onwards. Once there, Eliza is immobilized from her stomach pains. Donnie then ditches the other two.
Donnie, get back here!
And he didn't even tell them where he was going. What a jerk! We cut back to Debbie and Marianne assembling something. It's a Valentine's Day gift.
How long have you been working on this?
7 weeks, 4 days, and 6.5 hours.
Eliza and Darwin slowly make their way down from the mound they were on, and Donnie is pursued by the eagle again. but he saves himself by running to Nigel, interrupting his recording.
What did you gain by doing that, may I ask?
Nigel acts like this is a game despite the fact that this is literally Donnie's only form of communication.
I do like a bit of the old charades now and again.
He's also terrible at reading Donnie.
Got it! The mail plane arrived.
Despite the fact that they live together and would do this daily. More mother-daughter stuff. Back to Eliza. She's finally found, and Nigel carries her back to camp. They decide they need to take her to the hospital.
I think it could be appendicitis. We have to get her to a hospital immediately.
The smaller buggy they have gets a flat, but at least it's conveniently close to their RV. So, Marianne reveals her Valentine's Day gift. That would be really weird if it wasn't a plane to get Eliza to the hospital. It's also really weird because it's a plane to get Eliza to the hospital. Good thing she didn't get him chocolate. You can't fly chocolate. So they go flying, but the eagle attacks again, but not for long. They land at the hospital, and we get some closing remarks about family and love and stuff. Well, this is the biggest mixed bag of the lot. First, the bad. For one thing, it is ugly. Klasky Csupo, for as big of an animation company as it was, could not draw a pleasant-looking character ever. They all have really beady eyes and really tiny limbs, and I don't get it. The other thing is the writing. A lot of it is just really awkward and choppy. There's a whole lot going on and only 22 minutes to do it in, and it doesn't fit as cleanly as it really should. Okay, 2 major strikes against it, but what does it have on the positives? Klasky Csupo, for their lackluster animation, is always really good with the themes of their shows, and here is no different. All the nature stuff that they mention is very real. The dingo fence? That's a real thing. Emu shampoo? That's a real thing. This eagle that attacks aircraft? That's a real thing. What else I really liked about this episode is that it started off looking like it was going to be based on romantic love with the cards and the cookies and everything. But it ended up turning into familial love in the end, which is an idea I always like to get behind. Anyways, that's your 3 Valentine's Day episodes. There were others I wanted to cover as well, but, spoilers. I hope you have a good holiday. As for me, I'm gonna go watch Lady and the Tramp alone while eating spaghetti and then cry myself to sleep. Next time, I'll be covering adventurers finding a lost city.